Hi, boys and girls. Well, we're going to read about another Arctic animal. But this time, this one is a land-loving Arctic animal. Later on, we're going to read about a water-loving Arctic animal. So this one is Arctic fox, a day in the life polar animals. I think this Arctic fox is definitely very cute. That is my opinion. So I think it's a cute animal. Some other people may not think that it's very cute. And that is okay because we each have different opinions. I can tell that this animal is very white right now in this season. So it's probably winter. Let's find out about the Arctic fox. I see a table of contents, so I know I'm going to get some information. Great. I'm really looking forward to getting another wrinkle on my brain and being able to tell people about the Arctic fox. What is an Arctic fox? I can tell this is a question because it has an asking sentence at the beginning, what, and it has a question mark at the end. An Arctic fox is a mammal that lives in snowy areas. We know that mammals are warm-blooded, have fur, give birth to live young, and those young drink milk. Oh, and they have warm blood too. An Arctic fox. All mammals have some hair on their bodies and feed their babies milk. We knew that already. Arctic foxes are about the size of small dogs. The color of their fur helps them to blend in and hide. I agree that Arctic fox definitely would have an easy time to blend in with its surroundings, making it harder for predators or prey to see. What do Arctic foxes look like? In the fall and winter, Arctic foxes have thick white fur. Their fur matches the color of the snow and keeps them warm. In the spring and summer, Arctic foxes have gray or brown fur. Arctic foxes also have a bushy tail and furry feet. So I can see that it changes its color to match its environment, helping it become an efficient predator, but also hiding from predators that might eat it. Where do Arctic foxes live? Arctic foxes live in a part of the world called the Arctic. In the Arctic, it is light all day and all night for part of the summer. In the Arctic, it is dark all day and all night for part of the winter. The Arctic is one of the coldest and windiest places on Earth. And we know where the other one is, don't we? Yep, you're right, the Antarctic. What do Arctic foxes do at night? Well, they probably watch TV, read a book, maybe they play a few board games. Yeah, that's what I think they probably do at night. Arctic foxes are nocturnal. This means they are usually more active at night. Arctic foxes often spend part of the night hunting for food. They have an excellent sense of smell that helps them to hunt in the dark. Great, so they can use their snout to be able to sniff out their prey. What do Arctic foxes eat? Arctic foxes mainly eat lemmings. They also hunt voles, hares, and nesting birds. This one here we can see is closing in on an Arctic hare. Arctic foxes sometimes look for scraps left over by larger animals, such as polar bears. Many dig holes in the ground where they bury their food to eat it later. Hey, that's kind of like putting it in the refrigerator. Then I can have it later on. Great idea, Arctic fox. But I hope he remembers where he put it. What hunts Arctic foxes? An Arctic wolf. Polar bears and wolves hunt Arctic foxes. Other types of foxes also attack and kill them, like the red fox. People hunt Arctic foxes for their thick, lovely, soft fur. Arctic foxes sometimes escape their enemies by blending in with their surroundings. Can you see where the Arctic fox is? Yeah. Blending in. Doing a pretty good job too, I might add. Do Arctic foxes live in groups? Arctic foxes live alone from late fall to early spring. They spend time in family groups for the rest of the year. A group of Arctic foxes is called a skulk or a leash. These groups are usually made up of 2 or 3 adults and 3 to 12 babies. Wow, that's a lot of babies. So sometimes they live alone, and sometimes they live in a group called a skulk or a leash. Interesting information. What do Arctic foxes do in the day? Arctic foxes are usually less active during the day. They might spend some of this time resting. Arctic foxes go hunting when the animals they want to eat are awake. If those animals are awake in the day, then Arctic foxes sometimes hunt during the day. And you can see that this Arctic fox has managed to find some prey to take home to their family. Good job. What are baby Arctic foxes like? Baby Arctic foxes are called kits or pups, and they are born inside dens. Here's a label saying den. Looks like a small cave. Baby foxes look like small versions of their parents. Kits start hunting when they are about 14 weeks old. They soon learn how to survive outside the den in the frosty Arctic. So they learn very quickly how to live on their own because, as we learned on the previous page, they spend some of their time alone. So I'm going to need to know how to take care of myself if I'm by myself. And then there's an Arctic fox body map. Fur, tail, foot, mouth, and a glossary of words. So, for our Arctic fox activity today, we are actually going to build an Arctic fox. So, boys and girls, scroll on down and see if you can build your very own Arctic fox. I think he looks pretty good. Hi, buddy. I like your soft fur. Your tail's very curly. Looks pretty useful. I do like your blue eyes. They match mine.